Hey everybody, Goat from Goat and Hog here, back with another video for Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition. And on this one I want to cover some of the advanced build concepts that are going to help you get to Torment levels 4, 5, and 6. Now, you're probably hitting a wall when you get to about Torment 3 on what you're seeing on your sheet damage here on this basic character sheet, and you just can't seem to boost anything enough to do any better. Well, here's where it comes into place. A couple of these things that are new additions to the Ultimate Evil Edition, and one of them here is the Elemental Skill Damage bonus. You see on this particular piece of equipment, my Bracers, Promise of Glory, I have rerolled and ended up with plus 19% Lightning Skill Damage. I also have another 10% over here on my waist. So what that does is you end up adding those two together, those two skills, or that particular modifier that adds together. So we have plus 10% here, plus 10% here. We have 29% lightning skill damage. So any skill of mine that does lightning based damage is going to do 29% more damage than it normally would. So instead of the 589, we're going to do 29% more damage. So what does that end up actually translating out to? How does that, what does 29% damage mean? So let's take a look in the advanced characters section here. I did that by hitting X, by the way. I'll bring it back. In the character details, you see at the very bottom, character details, hit X. If you're on the PlayStation, it'll be a different button, but on the Xboxes, it's the X button. And that brings up the more detailed stuff. I did the video on the advanced stats. This is that kind of stuff. And you'll see here damage right there. There's a 589. That's our natural damage that we have from all our stats and everything. Now, if you multiply that times 1.29 to get your 29% more damage, how much would it be? Well, I'll save you the math. If you want to check it, you can. And it's going to be roughly 760K. So 760K instead of 589K. That's a big difference. That is a lot more damage just as base that you're doing. Now you can then take that amount and then realize that on your skills, you're going to then, let's say on the electrocute here, it's going to do 138% damage of that. So you've already boosted it up some, you're going to boost it up even more based on which skills you're using. So what I did was I took all the skills for this wizard and they all do lightning based damage now. And you can do that through either the natural base, where like electrocute always does electrical damage, or we have the meteor. I took it and instead of being fire by default, I gave it the lightning bind rune, and now we're doing lightning damage. You see it says meteor damage turns to lightning. So it's specifically stating it's now lightning damage. Then we have here under black hole, it says it does this much damage as lightning. So again, lightning damage is referenced in the runes to let you know it is changed from the original type. Also on the Hydra, same thing. It now does 305% lightning damage. So that is important to note. So if you wanted to do the math on that, what you'd have is the 305% lightning damage. Then you'd add in the other 29% from those other two items. You'd be up to 334. All right, so that's pretty cool. That's getting us more damage, right? Well, 334 over our base 589, that is, damage. Well, there's one more thing that we have here. Another stat that's important. And what that is you look over here, the bonus to Hydra damage here is a 15% Hydra damage bonus. And you saw that was actually in my character sheet as well, in case you were missing that somewhere. The higher damage is increased by 15%. And what that does, instead of additive, that's actually multiplicative. If it's easy to say word for me. Not really. But anywho, so 305 plus our 29%, so we're at 334. Then you multiply that by 1.15 to get your 15% bonus, and it's now 384% damage. So as you can see, that stuff ends up stacking up pretty fast. So when you take those skills and you take those percent elemental damage and you work them together, you can make your character a whole lot more powerful than it appears just on your basic character sheet. Instead of 589, I'm doing a lot more damage than that. So that's something you're going to want to pay attention to. Now, an important note. You say I have Thunder Fury. Now, am I using that because it says it's doing almost 1200 to 1425 lightning damage? No. That skill, or not skill, but this modifier, the lightning skill damage, it does not affect the weapon damage itself. That is just essentially cosmetic. It does not change that particular amount. That is worth noting. So you don't have to have a lightning-based damage one. I just thought it was cool. Then, in some reading, on patch 2.1 that's been rolled out on PC already, and we don't have yet on next-gen consoles, or current-gen, however you want to look at it, Xbox One and PlayStation 4, there is a patch that so that this ability below on Thunder Fury, the chance to hit, a chance on hit to blast your enemy with lightning, dealing 284, that in a future patch, or if you're watching this later, now, will change it so that it takes advantage of that particular lightning-based damage. So that's a coincidence for me. It ends up working out. I got a Thunder Fury to drop. I got these lightning-based things. I re-rolled the other one into lightning, and I'm taking advantage of that. And I've re-rolled my pants as well, so that I ended up getting the electrocute damage, because it's another electrical one I'm already doing. So you can take all your gear, and you can start modifying and trying to get those bonuses to either a particular element that you're already using, or a skill that you use a lot, and hopefully combine them both, and you're going to do a whole lot more damage than what you've been seeing before, and it is really a game changer, and that is how you're going to get up to those higher Torment levels of damage. I'll end up doing a whole little guide on this particular lightning-based build that I have here. I don't have the time at the moment, but I'll get that done here in the next couple days. And if you guys have any other suggestions or questions, drop them in the comments. We always answer them as soon as we can. Hit us up on Twitter as well. We're pretty active on that. And we look forward to talking to you guys, and have a good one.